stand for Israel. So, Lord, I just pray you brought us here. This is our final day. We're here on the Mount of Olives. The worship's going on in the background. We're overlooking the city. What God has done in this place in 1 week. I mean, I'm speechless. 1,000 pastors have witnessed all that God has done to pull people together for one voice to stand for Israel. So, Lord, I just pray you brought us here. And I ask you to help us receive the courage. We got an army of pastors, believers that we're standing with Jerusalem and we're standing with Israel. If you do not stand with this nation and this people, you don't stand for anything. I'm happy to have been invited here with Foz because if I hadn't been, I would have came to do what most people do, and that's to come and see the sights. We were invited to come and meet the people. See this with us. How great is our God. I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for Friends of Zion. I'm grateful to be in this place. I'm grateful to have the opportunity to just see God come alive in such a very real and tangible way with so many other pastors that we will now take back as ambassadors of Israel. Today, you will be commissioned as ambassadors to go back to the United States, to your pulpits, to your platforms. I want to just tell you how grateful I am to Mike Evans. God bless him for having the sight to see this and for believing it could be. America is a Christian nation, and as Christians, we have a duty to support Israel at all costs. We are here to answer a call. Our faith requires action when darkness rises. We will preach against anti-Semitism from our pulpits. We will confront it in our pews and in our politics. And we will teach our children to love you. The world should be ashamed of itself that it would treat 15.8 million people as though they are the source of the troubles of this earth, when in fact they've been one of the greatest sources of gift to the whole world. The biggest takeaway is teaching our kids, our younger generations, our middle school or high school students to pray for Israel, to take care of Israel, to support Israel.
And these are supposed to be the leaders of the church. These are supposed to be the people that's supposed to be serving. That's supposed to be out there serving Jesus and God, right? These are supposed to be the shepherds that's supposed to protect the souls of men from the evil of this world. And this is the shit that they go. This is the shit that they all openly admitting their full agenda from the very beginning. First of all, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Bahashem Makakadash, double honor to the apostles and elders, the great millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and the few sisters out there. Unto thy foreigners, from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. This is obviously a heavy subject. It's the second one. First one was basically them. One of the pastors telling Netanyahu he's going to do all that he can to get 100,000, I guess, pastors, other people to, to protect Israel and this, that, to the third. Now you have this utter madness, and these supposed to be the leaders of churches. These are supposed to be the pastors that's supposed to be taking their sheep and feeding their sheep good pasture and give them the bullshit that they're giving them. So no matter what those people do over there, they get protected openly. They have straight up immunity, and this is to ensure that the immunity stays up. Just like how you have ambassadors that come from different countries, and they have international immunity. So basically, the local laws have nothing to do with them. They could do whatever they want, however they want, but because they have this immunity, this international immunity, they could pretty much, as long as it's not crime against their particular government, they could do whatever they want. Well, this is the version of that. Here it is. You got so-called men that's supposed to be out there protecting souls, and this is what they're doing. Shows you, if anything, this shows you all these mother effers are bought and sold. Your local pastor is nothing but a sellout. All right, for a greater paycheck. That's all it is. And some of them, obviously, some of them. Look at this motherfucker. I guess he was supposed to be crying. This is a sad, pathetic situation. This is why those small hatters over there could do whatever they want, and you can't say nothing about it. This is literally the nor hide laws in full effect. So when they have the congregation, when you bring up Revelations 2:9, Revelations 3:9, you're gonna have these fake ass pastors that's gonna go out hooting and hollering at you. Hey, Mike might be squealing on you and telling whoever, this mother effer, brother such and such, sister such and such, yeah, they're not falling for that. You got to get them. You don't know. All right. But all we do know is this is what has been going on for centuries. All right. And what timing to do that? And what I mean by that, hey, everything doesn't happen by accident. This happened because of the fact, one, all the shit that happened during this year. Two, I believe I forgot the guy's name that owned TikTok. Then you have Palantir. Then you have everything that they will find, that they're supposed to be finding and stating, if you hear such and such, there's commercials on it. There's literally commercials on these particular people getting got. So here you are, you claiming to be the people of the Lord. You got all these rules and regulations to protect you, protect your kind from the people realizing what's going on. You're not quick to defend yourself. You use everything that you can use, that you have the power to do, to protect you. All right. You got the news, radio, newspapers. Well, they don't have newspapers no more. Bloggers, everything to protect a particular group of people. But when you call them out, that's an issue. This shows that their time is up. Matter of fact, let me start with that one. Job 14:5. It says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. They have appointed the bounds that he cannot pass. So Esau, your time is up. You small hatters, your time is done. Okay? The world knows who you are. They see it. It doesn't matter who the fuck you hire. It's not going to change the fact. 2nd Ezra 6:27. And believe it or not, these motherfuckers are literally crossing everything possible to maintain that which they have. Because there's a threat out there. That threat, brothers and sisters, is just truth. That's the biggest threat that they have. Okay? This is why they have to pass laws to protect them. 2 Ezra 6:27. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. So the deceit, the power of the deception for all these years will be quenched, will be stopped. For as for faith, it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome, and the truth which have been so long without fruit shall be declared. And what is the ultimate form of the declaration of the truth? The awakening. All right, the awakening of the Lord's chosen people. That was the biggest, heaviest thing to take place. Okay, the world isn't. It's shook. The the foundation is shook. Okay, so they have to maintain the confusion, but the right ones got it. Acts 20 and 29. For I know this, that after my departing shall grievous wolves enter in among you, not sparing the flock. And it starts with those that are in a leadership position. Is it by accident? Hold on, Slacky. Oh boy, this shit again. Salakia. Salakia about that. Damn, Mike. Is it by accident that maybe it wasn't the mic? Is it by accident that these guys? What timing that these guys completely change the doctrine that they was taught within what, a couple of weeks ago? Is it by accident that the confusion that took place amongst Israel happened? I don't believe in coincidence. You see, Ephesians 6 and what 12 tells us, all right? Matter of fact, let me get that. Spirit habit got me thinking about this. Ephesians 6 and 12. It says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood. That means there's a conflict. All right. Matter of fact, let me start up. It said, put on the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Which, when you go into that word wiles, is the trickery of the devil. Okay. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood. So there's a conflict. The main conflict is within a person. Okay. And how you being led. It says, but against principalities, demons, against powers, against rulers of darkness of this world. I don't believe there's a coincidence that these guys, these Genesis clowns, brung that madness for like 2 weeks ago. I don't believe in that coincidence. And now you're seeing that the pastors, 1,000 pastors, go to Israel and pretty much kiss the ring of these small hatters. I don't believe that coincidence because everything's spiritual. And what's spiritually is being said and done is the forces that's behind everything, knowing when to trigger confusion. Even though everything is edifying through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay, you can't do nothing against the truth, but for the truth, even though scripture does says that. But the timing and knowing that each person, you got people that got spirits that comes against you. So knowing that, and there's a force behind this, and once again, the timing of everything is not by accident. All right, I speak as a man, but I don't think this is by accident. It's all like I'm looking at the word NLT, against all the strategies against the devil, which is another good term. It is a strategy. Sleight of hand. All right. The timing of the sleight of hand, the timing of when the main focus should be about the prophecies, what's going on. Kingdom of heaven is about to come. Nobody's really talking about 3-eye atlas any longer. But the Epstein list is what about that list? All these little distractions proving that there's darker forces that's out there. I'm just, like I said, I'm just putting it out there. And these darker forces, they have their grunts, their soldiers, all right, in this world. So to maintain that illusion, they had to fortify these individuals to follow the same protocol. No, there's nothing new under the sun. Because if they don't do it, let me get that real quick. St. John 11. And it says, no. It's 43, I think. Nope, that's not the chapter. Salakia. St. 50. St. John 8:11 and 50. We go up a bit. And one of them, matter of fact, we go up. 47. Then gathered the chief priests and the Pharisees and the counselor, and said, "What do we? For this man doeth many miracles. If we let him thus alone, all men will believe on him, and the Romans shall come and take away both our place in the nation." So their concern wasn't for the concern of the people. It was for the fact of losing their position. They had to play ball. All right. So they deemed a threat. They had to play ball. And it says, and one of them named Cephas, being the high priest that same year, said unto them, "Ye know nothing at all. Now consider that it is expedited for us that one man should die for the people, and that the whole nation perish not." So each pastor is a representation of the flock. So if these guys are concerned about what the powers that be think of them and the position that they may lose, is nothing genuine about them. This is why the Lord said this, St. John 8:44. It says, "Ye are your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speak of a lie, he speak of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it." So the Lord called the Pharisees, Sadducees at that time, because it was going back and forth. He said that they were the devil. All right. They were the devil because they sold out to the Roman Empire. So now we're seeing the Lord is exposing these people that's in prominent position who's supposedly supposed to serve the Lord. All right. But they rather not serve the Lord. They rather fill their own belly up. Isaiah 3:12, it says, "As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err. So they that lead the Lord's people is whom? Is these pastors, these sellouts, right? They're leading the Lord's people and causing them to go off. Now you see that these leaders or the people that's in a leadership position, their concern is not of the Lord and how the Lord thinks. Their concern is what the small hatters thinks. And they're going to do whatever it takes to ensure that the people remain blind to the fact. These are the grievous wolves that Paul was warning about. Hey, Paul, not only Paul, the Lord himself said it. Matthew 7 and 15, I believe. You know what? I start at 13 because there's a point I want to get in. Enter ye in at the straight gate, which is the difficulty. This is why they sell the people prosperity doctrine. Okay? The prosperity is making it in this world. So if you're going through difficulty, then they're telling that the Lord is not with you. The Lord's not hasn't blessed you. All right? It says, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. And you see all these different leaders of these different denominator, how you say it? These different nations, whatever. They're all demonic anyway. Some are probably Catholic, Baptist, Baptist, you name it, they were there. Rooting, and that's the avenue that they tell you. You could call the Lord whatever you want. You could do this, you could do that. Why? Because that is the way that goes to the devil. Then when you have the Pope, this whole thing, man, when you have the Pope sitting there, basically, they still push that to this day. That the Most High comes in different names. That's just a way of worshiping Satan. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. I guess my dog got nightmares. Is it Amos? No, Zephaniah. Could be. I knew it. Salakia is just something that happens. It comes into mind. Zephaniah 3 and 9, I believe. Yeah. Zephaniah, Zephaniah 3 and 9. For then will I turn to my people a pure language, which is the Hebrew, right? That they may call upon the name of the Lord, which is Yahweh, to serve him with one consent. Why did I bring this out? Oh, because it's one consent. One all in one. That's why Paul said what? Real quick. 1 Corinthians 11, I believe. No, I gotta go up. 29. I beseech you, brethren, by the name of our Lord Yahweh Mashiach, that ye all speak the same thing, and that there be no division among you, but that you are perfectly joined together in the same mind and in the same judgment. So you could say, oh, they're in the same mind, same judgment. This is talking about the body of Yahweh Shai. It's not talking about these different religions. Okay, these different religions is just the same thing that these heathens was worshiping. All right, just this different spin. They believe in the Queen of Heaven. They believe in different gods, different saints. They'll call them. They believe in all these different madness. So they're not coming in one conceit according to the Lord. They come in a new world order, fashionable way. It says, back to this, it says, enter ye in the straight gate, for the wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. And many there be which go in thereat, because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life. Few there be that find it. So there's not a thing where you could sit there, yeah, they be like, God is one name, whatever. No, the Most High has one name. The Most High, His Son has one people. It's not there's different variations. And it says, beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. And that's what you see. You see the ravening wolves. They master called them, all right, and they quick to jump. Matthew 24 and 11. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, which is iniquity is sin upon sin, abounding is in a broader sense, the love of many shall wax cold. And in that love of many, these pastors have no empathy or sympathy towards the Lord's chosen people, chosen Israelites. Okay? They must maintain the shenanigans, because if they don't maintain that shenanigans, the power that be, they're going to require, um, they're going to want to get their refund back, so to speak. Jeremiah 50, 50 and 6. My people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away onto mountains, which is governments. They have gone from mountain to hill to different churches. They have forgotten their resting place. All that find them have devoured them. And the adversary said, we offend not, because they have sinned against the Lord in the habitation of justice, even the Lord, the hope of their fathers. So their job is to maintain the blindness. All right. Ezekiel 13, that's what I want. It says, and the Lord said, come unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesied against the prophets of Israel that prophesied, and say thou unto them that prophesied out of their own hearts. Hear ye the word of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, woe unto the foolish prophets that follow their own spirit and have seen nothing. O Israel, thy prophets are like the foxes in the desert. They have not gone up into the gaps, neither made up the hedge of the house of Israel to stand in the battle in the day of the Lord. So the preparation is what? It's supposed to be for that great dreadful day. And all they doing is leading their flocks to the slaughter. All right? Leading their flocks to the slaughter. And that's exactly what's happening in real life. Second Ezra 15. What do they call them again? There's a particular name. I think they call it a Judas goat. It says, Second Ezra 15 and 10. My people, so behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them to dwell in the land of Egypt, because of pastors, the greedy mother effers. Isaiah 56. This is what they're doing. And it's so ironic that this chapter, this is what they butchered. And it's funny how things go. This is also, let me see, that's not the one I want to start. All right. Isaiah 56 and 7. Even them will I bring to my holy mountain to make them joyful, which is talking about the Israelite foreigners. That's not what I want to start with. Okay, 9. All ye beasts of the field come to devour you. Yeah, all you beasts in the forest. His watchmen are blind. They are all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs that cannot bark, sleeping and laying down, loving to slumber. Yeah, they are greedy dogs, which can never have enough. And now, I was thinking about it, and it's crossed my mind. Dogs are known for what? Being loyal, right? And dogs are known for protecting masters, to protect their master, no matter what. When you go into the Boule symbol, which I've done this several times, this is a Spanx that's holding the secrets of the higher ups. Their job, when you, let me see if I can find it. So the Boule symbol is not just a symbol for these nigger Freemasons. There's a deeper meaning behind that. I just want to know. It's a Spanx, right? Spanx, yep. Spanx. A mythological, mythological creature with a human head and a lion's body, appearing in the Egyptians, in the Greek lore, through with the different personalities, the Babylonian guards, guards of in Egypt, like the Great Sphinx of Gaza, versus the treacherous riddlers in Greece, like one Ophitus defeated. The term reference to a popular documentaries generates Sphinx from Python, a mythical music organization, which is I'm not looking for that. There's a point was it was set as a guardian. So Sphinx is set as a guardian, right? It says blah 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 blah. Often as eagle's wing depicted, known for riddles, puzzles, and profound knowledge. All right. So the Sphinx. Let me see if the Sphinx in was it Babylon? Bam bam bam. Well, the Great Sphinx is famously Egyptian. Sphinx-like creatures, often winged lions with human heads, sometimes with bull horns, were common across the ancient Near East, including the Mediterranean, Mesopotamian, the Neo-Assyrian Empire, appearing as seals, palace, and guardian figures. See, Babylonian Sphinx is a barter tradition, sometimes depicting the eagles, because they worship the same gods. We'll just say that. But as I want this, the guardian sense, the function. Guardian in points, statues, place doors, palace doors, representing divine power, symbolism, protection, similar to the Assyrian. I don't know how to say that. Ba, 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 ba. All right, he's not gonna give me what I was looking for. But the Sphinx does represent guardianship, protection, right? To protect what? What are they protecting? They're protecting people from getting to the city. This is what it was represent. So the same thing goes with the Boule members. Also, these greedy dogs. All right, they're not protecting the Lord's people. Okay, and it says, going back to this 11. 56. And yet they are greedy dogs which can never have enough, and their shepherds, and they are shepherds that can't not understand. They all look their own way, everyone in his gain for his quarter. Come ye, say they, I will fetch wine, and we will fill ourselves with strong drink, and tomorrow shall be as this day and much more abundant. So this is the prosperity doctrine in steroids. Today's form of, so their job is to protect the small hatters, their vested interests, because there's money involved. And just like time passed, our people have plenty of sellouts that's quick to jump sides and not take care of the people they're supposed to take care of. This is what pissed off the Lord, right? Matter of fact, see, say eat up my people. No, that's not eat up my people. I know it's one in Ezekiel. I think it's Ezekiel the 33rd chapter or Ezekiel the 13th chapter. Give me a second. Let's say not feed the flock. Okay, let's try that. Yep, 34. I was wrong. I thought it was 33. Ezekiel 34:2. Son of man prophesied against the shepherds. And what is a shepherd? Shepherds was represent what? Pastors, preachers, okay? Prophets, okay? Kings of Israel prophesied and say unto them, Thus saith the Lord unto the shepherds, woe be to the shepherds of Israel that do not feed them, that do feed themselves. Shall not the shepherds feed the flocks? So they went out there to make sure they was financially good, and their job is to lead the people to the ultimate damnation. Because at the end of the day, Romans the 13th chapter, they're going to use that to enforce this microchip into people. All right, it's the pastors that's going to lead their congregation to destruction, straight up. And they have a tendency of horrible results throughout decades, centuries actually. And the Lord is going to get them back for that. Okay? Let me see. Okay. I'm jumping down 5. And they were scattered because there is no shepherd, and they became meat to all beasts of the field, which was all these different nations when they were scattered, talking about the nation of Israel. My sheep wandered through all the mountains and upon every hill, sorry, high hill. Yeah, my flock was scattered. And who's the Lord's flock? The men of Israel. All right, scattered upon the face of the earth, and none did search for or seek after them. Therefore, ye shepherds, hear the word of the Lord. As I live, save the Lord Yahweh, surely because my flock became prey, and my flock became meat to every beast of the field, because there was no shepherd, neither did my shepherds search for my flock, but the shepherds fed themselves and fed not my flock. Therefore, ye shepherds, hear the word of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord, Behold, I'm against the shepherds, and I will require my flock out of their hand, and cause to cease from feeding the flock. Neither shall the shepherds feed themselves any more, for I will deliver my flock from their mouth, that they may not be meat for them. So we could clearly see these pastors, preachers, they all sold out. They all making money off of the people, not feeding the people anything. This is why it says, let me get that real quick. Isaiah 55, start at 1. No, let me get to the point. It said, wherefore do you spend money for that which is not bread, and you labor for that which satisfies not? Hearken diligently unto me, and eat ye that which is good, and let your soul delight itself in fatness. So you spending your time, your efforts to people that sell you out to the highest bidder. That's what we just saw. So that being said, shalom to the elect of the nations. Shalom.